what we know is that we have amazing teachers throughout our entire state, and I certainly feel like more people recognize that now as students have been home due to the pandemic. But we are really excited to recognize our Teachers of the Year as well as our Leaders of the Year.
Tell us, what's involved with a person becoming a teacher in Louisiana?
Well, to become a teacher in the state of Louisiana, there are multiple pathways to doing that. You can go through a traditional pathway at a college, or you could have a degree in another field and do alternative programming to become a teacher who moves from another profession into the classroom.
How critical is the role of a teacher in improving public education in the state?
Well, there's nothing more important than having a highly effective teacher in front of every kid in this state. And so as a state, that's something that we have to commit to, increasing the pool of teachers throughout the state and also trying to build the capacity within the teachers that we have while simultaneously elevating the voice of teachers throughout the state.
This year, you also recognized the Principal of the Year. Tell us, what is the role of a principal in a public school throughout the state?
It's a critical role. It sets the culture, the tone for the entire school, and I think that that is a place where as a state we certainly need to invest more time and resource into developing that pool of principals so that we have a bench available so that whenever principal positions become open, we have people to step into those roles.
What role does the community play in supporting public education?
Well, so many roles. I mean, first, they are the taxpayers. They fund public education in our state, but there are other opportunities such as mentoring, such as providing additional funding, adopting schools, and so at the local level that could look differently in different places, but what I have always encouraged is for principals to reach out to local community members and local communities to reach out to principals to build those partnerships to help kids.
What about the role of parents, particularly during the pandemic and when the pandemic is over? What is the role of a parent when it comes to a child in a public school?
Well, it's always super helpful for a school when you have a supportive or engaged, rather, parent or guardian at home. And so I think it's really important that parents and guardians stay in constant communication with their child's teacher, principal, school at that local level so that they can understand what the needs are both for the kid and for the school.
You're in your first year as state superintendent. Tell us, what are your goals as state superintendent?
Well, we have many things we need to accomplish. We know that the state has entered into several student-friendly policies over the last decade, but at the same time, we recognize we're still 48th, 49th across the board in many important metrics, and that's not good enough. And our kids are as smart as any kids across this country, and so we have to work alongside our teachers, our leaders, lawmakers, policymakers, and community members to lift the status of this state.
What kind of response have you gotten from students working virtually because of the pandemic?
Well, we are certainly in a better place with virtual instruction today than where we were in March when our school buildings were closed. Our schools have come a long way. We're not there yet, and we have a lot of work to continue, but we will continue to get better as we offer virtual instruction. I think that one of the silver linings of this terrible situation with this pandemic is that you'll have more opportunities for parents to select the mode of educational delivery that they would like, and we think we'll see more requests for virtual instruction even post-pandemic.
What advice do you have for parents when it comes to working with their child during a virtual lesson?
Well, it's important to set a schedule, to hold the child to expectations, to communicate with the school. Simple things, making sure that they have a safe, quiet environment to do their studies, making sure that they go to bed at a decent time and get up at a decent time and stick to that schedule.
What would you like people to know about the future of public education in Louisiana?
Yeah, I'm really hopeful. I'm a native Louisianian. I want this state to be the absolute best it can be. I am committed to helping to get greater outcomes for our kids and provide additional opportunities. And so whether it's literacy or career and technical education, graduation rates, all of those things that we can all agree on really matter, we're going to lean into doing better in all of those areas.
How can people get more information?
Go to our website at Louisiana Believes, and we have a ton of information there, but I always encourage community members to work with their local school and local school systems.